Y'all, why I forget what show I was doing. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well today. This is the review for Love After Lockup Season 6, Episode 6. We should be able to move through this pretty swiftly. I'm going to start out with Courtney and Lord, how I forget the boy's name. Courtney and her man. These two are doing the best on the show. So good that they decided they gonna go ahead and get married, y'all. Yeah, let's just cut all the other stuff out the way. They have decided that they gonna go ahead and get married. Her mama already there. She feeling good about it. She just got freaked down the other night and she participated in it. So why not? Let's just go ahead and do this. She likes waking up next to him. And he wants to get her out of the city that she is, especially since she has warrants there and because she has gotten into a lot of trouble there. So he's just ready to get her out of there anyway and get her over with him where he lives in Washington State. So why not go ahead and get married? Let's get this done, baby. You move in. He said the room that they staying in cost about $10,000 and he could see if they got a ballroom. See if they got a ballroom. They can do something quick. Like, baby, this man, he said, look, I'm ready to commit to you. Whatever my woman wants, that's what we gonna do. And we gonna see if he backing all that up long term. But right now, it's sounding good. Right now, it's sounding good, girl. So Courtney says, you know what, hell, I've stolen cars. Why not go ahead and get married real quick? I said it once. If I got to say it 1,000 times, these two not gonna make it. They not gonna make it. Michael. Okay, so they get to the hotel. Michael is ready to get some loving in. Joey is ready, but Joey is extremely insecure. He's insecure about his body. He's insecure about how he's going to perform. Michael said he liked Joey's body. He tells us in the confessionals he's in shape. He keeps himself together. They get in a jacuzzi. Even that scene is not very romantic. And it's not just because Joey's insecure. Joey has reason to be insecure because... Let me correct myself. Joey would be insecure, I think, no matter who he was with. However, he has reason to be more insecure when it comes to Michael because Michael is always just, 1 foot away and the other foot not too steady on cheating and going back to using and lying and all of the above. And we see this when he takes the car and also takes Joey's phone with him. He said Joey's coming off like a parent, always in his business, overly stressed, overly worried. We didn't even have sex last night. And on Joey's end, he's okay with the fact that they didn't have sex because they experienced intimacy. But Michael's not okay with the fact that they didn't have sex because... baby, I need to have some sex, okay? So he takes Joey's phone with him because he doesn't want Joey to be able to contact him. He is linking up also with old friends via phone, of course, at first, to meet up and hang out. He's thinking about when he can use again. He's changing the times at the halfway house so he don't get in trouble. Like, Michael speaks as a person who... this is what I do. Like, I tell lies. I do things I'm not supposed to do. And he talks, he says stuff like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to do these things. And I don't know how I want to experience things because I don't know when I'm going to have time to do them again. He talks like a person that's in and out of jail. Like, he knows he's going back. So let me just have a good time right now. Joey needs to get away from him, especially since he is a recovering addict. He doesn't need to be within 5 feet of this man. And he tries to keep ties on him and keep his eye on him to make sure he's not using, because he knows that if Michael uses, he will have to leave him alone. He will have to. So he's trying to instead hover over him to keep him from doing it. But baby, you ain't gonna stop no addict. Okay, let him do what he want to do. You can do better. You really can. You need to just get a little more confidence in yourself and get somebody more your speed. Michael, it's really beneath you at this point because you're trying to do better. So I think he needs to leave him alone. Now, Brooklyn goes to pick up Brian and bring her to her house. And let me just ask you ladies, are y'all comfortable moving a man in your home? Forget if he went to jail or not. Are you comfortable moving a man in your home? Because I wouldn't be. I just wouldn't be. And it doesn't matter if I had a daughter or a son. I just would not be comfortable moving another adult that is not their parent into my home. Anyways, let's move on. Why is Brooklyn always late? Is he calling her late? Or is she just a perpetually late girl? I'm not one to talk because I am a perpetually late girl myself. But I'm just wondering, is she always late? Because she always like, babe, I'm coming. I'm getting there as fast as I can. Every time we see her on the screen, she getting there as fast as she can. So she goes to pick Brian up. Their first interaction is awkward in the car. They're not really like maybe we'll see more of it later, but they're not as affectionate as other couples usually are when they first see each other. Although they have seen each other already. I just mean, like, on the first car ride. But they're talking about all the things that they want to do, and the things that they need to get done. I swear, y'all, getting out of jail sounds so much like when you go from active to getting into your unit with the military. Like when you leave tech school, they be having you running around all over the place, making sure your insurance is good, making sure your finances is good, making sure this is good, making sure that is good. I always say the military is an institution, not a job. Because the same stuff they have to run around and do feels like the same stuff we got to do, like checking in with people, making sure you got this, making sure you got that. So anyway, back to what I was saying. They're talking about different things that they have to do and things they have to get done. She's got to get her daughter, gonna be meeting the rest of her family. They're gonna have a get together, but right now she's gonna get him home, which is her home. Brian lets us know, and I'm glad he kept it real. It wasn't hard to do the right thing. I just chose not to. Thank you for that. It's very refreshing, because, everybody will act like they just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could. I didn't want to, is what he tells us. So we get to see this. It was a heartwarming scene that I have on the screen with Brooklyn's daughter and Brian. We get to see them have an interaction. That little girl, she is in his business, okay? She was just like, how was jail? He said, oh, jail, it wasn't really all that good. And she said, why you go to jail? He said he went because he was doing bad things. Like, what kind of bad things? I want to know. I said, okay, period, little girl. What you do? He said he was robbing people. And he said, you know what? We're going to table that. We're going to talk about all that some other time. But I wasn't being good to people. She says she's happy that he gets to come because it was her and her mom alone. And now he's there, and she calls him best friend. And I really hope he's serious about being in this girl's life. Like, I really do. As a child who's had a step parent and now a second step parent, although I have an immense amount of love for my stepdad, it is really hard to experience people coming in and out of your life as a child. You start to get used to it, and you start to become a person who, if A, you don't have abandonment issues, B, you okay with letting any and everybody walk away, and you will not try. You will not try, and you will not, or you'll find yourself being guarded around people because you don't know when they'll walk away. I've experienced all three of those. And so just be aware of the people that you're introducing your children to. Don't think that just because children are resilient and it seems like it's not bothering them that people are gone or that people are coming in. We're kids, and we don't necessarily know how to emote certain things. But once you become an adult, it does have an effect on you. The in and out of it. And I'm not just talking about men. I'm not just talking about girlfriends and boyfriends. I'm talking about the family that they're attached to, the gatherings that you attended with other family. When you break up with that person, those things stop, and those people cease to be a part of your life, not realizing the effect that it has on you. So yes, be careful. And Brian, I hope you're serious. For her sake, this little girl's sake, I hope you are. Things with Ashley have gone from sugar to shit, as we saw last week. Julius is getting up out of there. He want to know where the back door is, and Ashley is sending him messages all about all this, how she gonna expose him, and how he ain't this, how he ain't that. Meanwhile, we have Alexis at home. She all post-coital, talking about the time that they had the other night, and the person on the phone is asking her, did he shoot the club up? And she was like, maybe. I mean, I don't know. He might have. Girl, you sound crazy. But then she want to tell us in the confessionals that she feels like it's something he's being secretive about. She thinks it could be another girl. She just has a level of discernment around. You don't have no discernment, because you would have discerned that you should have worn a condom and that he shouldn't have been coming in you. Those are the things that we would have discerned if we had some. So maybe you have discernment around one thing, but you don't have discernment around that coochie. And that's where we need to be practicing the most discernment for our own health and safety. Okay? Protecting your coochie will save your life. And I ain't just talking about STDs. Okay? I'm talking mentally, spiritually, and physically. But either way, Julius ends up coming on back home. And when we see him come back home, he just chilling. He all in that phone. He ain't got off that phone since he left the penitentiary. He all in that phone. And she just looking at him, just looking, because she knows something is up. She doing her nursing homework. Why? Because this girl has a bright future ahead of her if she plays it smart. But I know she already having his baby, so it's too late to talk about that. But she's sitting there productive, doing things, okay? And he coming there, he just chilling on her couch. Even that kind of stuff right there should show you y'all are not equally yoked. You're not aligned. And later on, he does end up telling her that there is another woman involved. Over a rousing game of Connect 4, he does tell her that there is another woman. And we going to see what Alexis do with that information more on the next episode. Baby, I almost forgot the best part. When Julius is outside trying to escape from Ashley, he tells the cameras, she got my name tatted. I ain't tell her to do that. She wanted to do that. She just think it's something more than what it is. And I know y'all gonna try to misconstrue it. Who? Who? Julius? Who is that? Who is misconstrued? Would that be Ebenezer or Scrooge McDuck? Who, Julius? Who is misconstrued? We want to know. Come to the front and tell us. We want to know. Not too much with these two. Savannah, his family don't like you because of him. The things that I know you done cut up. Okay, you and his sister, I think y'all cut up together. But the main reason they don't like you is because of the things that he is telling them about you. That's it. That's the take that I have. That's the reason they don't like you. He's telling you don't worry about the fact that they don't like you. And that's because he wants to make sure that y'all don't get along. If y'all don't get along, he's able to tell you one side of things and he's able to tell them another side of things. I haven't really clocked if I feel like Savannah is all that controlling. But I will say that Bradley, it seems you don't have a car and it seems you don't have a place to live. If you wanted to relinquish some of that and feel like y'all need some distance in between you, one of your sisters need to be able to provide you housing. If they feel like she has that much control over your life, say, you know what, sis, you right. We need a little bit of distance. Let me live at your house. Since they want to be in the business, they can help provide shelter. But until then, this is who you with. And if you felt like she was that controlling, I would think that you wouldn't come back to do your probation or your halfway living at her home. I don't think you would, especially since you seem to have family and friends who have somewhere available for you to go. But Savannah, they don't like you because of the stuff he telling them. So that's it with that. Toothless and Brooke get into it because Brooke is incessant that he said he was going to see her kids today. And she's really pissed about it. Brooke, go get your kid. Your mama done called and said you was supposed to come get them kids. Go get them kids. Drop him off. Go get your kids and stay with your kids. How about that? So he telling her he ain't got time to do it today. Tell the kids that we not going to be able to come. She like, oh no, I'm not telling my boys that. You promise. And he was like, I don't have time now. I'm not finna go back to jail behind you. And he ends up calling her a bitch. Okay. And she's just like, oh, F you, you can get out, you can do this. So he get in the car, he started driving saying, I'm not finna let you make me effing late. I'm not finna go back to jail for nobody. And even when they get out of the car, he's still calling her names and still saying stuff to her, to which the mom hears and tries to check him like, hey, I don't care how mad you get. I don't teach you to disrespect no women. So you can cut that out. But he just like, hey, talk to her, man. Talk to her, because she's saying she trying to get me put back in jail. She gonna try to get me there late. She's saying she don't care. And the mama tell Brooke, oh, no, you gonna have to pump your brakes when it come to my son. You better get him to where he need to be on time. And don't make promises that you can't keep to them kids. Now, I'm not on the mama side with this, because I think that a part of the reason Toothless is the way he is because she aids in some of that. However, Brooke, I'm sorry that booking or whatever he had to do with that paperwork took so long. But he really don't have the time to go do it. He does have to get back to the halfway house. That's his obligation. And so you saying I'm not going to take you already knew that was going to be a problem. Okay, cool. What you should have drove off on, though, is him calling you out your name. I would have went to my kids, took him to wherever he needed to be. I wouldn't have gave a damn about his party. The only reason you care about that party is because you don't know who's going to show up and you want to be able to see. But for the most part, I wouldn't have cared nothing about that party. I would have went and got my kids and told him, like, I'm going to see you when I see you. I got you where you needed to be. I don't want to keep talking about it. Have a good day. Because we would be done after that. Now, I don't deal with nobody that's got to call me out my name. Like, we not doing it. But you are a different breed. I, at the very least, would not have come back that night. I would not have continued to talk to him. I would have dropped him off where he needed to be and went on about my business. And understand, she was looking at his mama and saying, I'm not finna do this with you and your mom. Oh, yes, you are finna do this. And you finna do it as long as you with the Toothless Wonder. Because his mama, they a package deal, the whole family. Now, when Brooke goes in the house, she better listen to that. Was that the stepdaddy or the uncle? She better listen to that man who's trying to give her the real. Look, you are one in the long line of many. This boy done had more girlfriends in jail than I ever had in my life. So if you think y'all about to have a baby, you are crazy. And that was the realest advice anybody could have gave Brooke. See, the mama tiptoed around it. But this man right here, he told Brooke what she needed to hear. And Brooke's still acting dense. Oh my gosh, like, what does this mean? Like, he's acting like the Toothless Wonder. He's such a player. Like, is it true? I don't really know. It is true. It is true. And later we see Toothless Wonder calling Ashley to make sure she not coming, because I ain't never seen nobody call me multiple times to make sure I'm not coming somewhere that I told them I'm not coming to. She already said she wasn't coming. So either she go rogue a lot, or you really want her to come and you hoping by continuing to call her and tell her, please don't come, she gonna show up anyway. I don't know if this is reverse psychology or what. But he wants to see Ashley because she held him down and she deserves that. The Toothless Wonder don't want Brooke. If Ashley come and apologize for what she did, he gonna go right along with Ashley. Ashley ain't got no kids he got to be responsible for. And Brooke, he don't care about your kids. That's why he don't care about going to see them. Yeah, he talked on the phone with him. You know, he called collect. That was on your dime. That was on your dime. You paid for that. But when it come to him and his time, he gonna use it how he want to use it. And it's not gonna be on your kids. Cut your losses, baby. I know her parents are so tired. It's got to be hard having a dumb child that want to keep procreating. And in all honesty, y'all, that was most of the episode. Just to tie up loose ends, Bradley does take Savannah's car because he don't want to hear all that she talking about regarding his family, and you don't want to help me because he booked some dentist appointment 45 minutes away. And she was like, did you think about how you was going to get there? Savannah is feeling like she got to move to the beat of Bradley's drum. And Bradley is feeling like she's confusing care and concern with controlling him. I think Bradley need to find a new address, somewhere to live and somewhere to drive him around, because he wants some space from Savannah, clearly. And in order to get it, you probably going to need not to be living with her. She's over his shoulder with his phone. Savannah, you are going to have to stop that, every time he picks it up, because she thinks something is going on. And it probably is. But again, if you got to do all of that, just go ahead and leave these people alone. Tying it up with JC and Brooke, she also goes through his phone after talking to the stepdaddy. Again, that doesn't solve anything. If y'all got to do all that, just leave it alone. He done already deleted everything. Of course, she's going to notice it. Hounding these people and watching them like a hawk is not going to make them do right by you. Joey, Savannah, Brooke, Brooklyn, all y'all. Okay, that's not gonna make these people do right. They're gonna do right because they want to do right. And lastly, did y'all hear Courtney say it's been 6 years since I've been with a man? Or however long she been in jail. I think 4 years. Reminded me of what Julia said. Brian really was the only person who said it right. It's been however many years, 6 years since I've been intimate at all. Since the last time I've had sex, period. Okay. He the only person that's done said it in a non-suspect way. The rest of y'all, I don't care what y'all say, y'all suspect. Y'all been doing something in that jail. Okay? But like they say on The Sopranos, it don't count. That was it, y'all. This show, I don't even know if I'm going to keep reviewing it or not. But like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all for the next one. Bye.